Why do I not like the term disorder? Trick question. I do like the word, but I don't like the context in which we use it. So a couple weeks ago, we did a post on compartmentalization. I'm going to give a different version of that, or definition of that, where think about the intelligent, created being that you are. So we have brain, body, your hands, emotions, senses, hormones, nervous system, all of those things. What we do in our modern day culture, society, and the environment that we have been put in, the tendency is to separate the parts from the whole. So think about the bulk of people when they go to work. They're sitting on their butts, staring at their computer screens. A lot of people, when they go work out, you're on a treadmill, Stairmaster, so your body is doing something, your brain and emotions are turned off. So a lot of how we spend our day, the parts are separated from the whole. And in my opinion, that's where a lot of depression, anxiety, overthinking, the worrying, some ADHD symptoms, that we can think of that as a source of it, because who you are and how your body and brain are trying to function, they're not allowed to do that in the environments we put them in. So when you think about when you are gardening, exercising, cooking, rock climbing, doing things like that, you can tell when all the parts of the whole have synced up, they're working towards a common purpose, and they're functioning as they're meant to do. When you are doing those kind of things, that's why you are noticing less and perhaps no symptoms of depression, the anxiety, the worry, the ADHD, because you've adjusted the environment, your brain and your body, your hands, emotions, senses, everything is working together towards a common purpose, doing what they are meant to do. So when we use the term disorder, major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, attention deficit disorder, I don't like that term because it shifts the blame onto the individual and makes it sound like there's something wrong with you. There's something disordered about the way your body is and mental health are functioning. A portion of that can be true, but I would say when you hear the word disorder, you need to shift that to say the disorder lies with the environment you're in. It lies with the institutions and framework that modern day culture have placed on us. Our DNA, our genetic material, according to epigenetics, holds data from 12 plus generations ago. That is way before smart screens, computers, even before we were sitting in traffic all day long. There's overstimulation from all these artificial noises, lights, all this stimuli that our brain and bodies are not meant or not understanding how to process. That's where the overload comes from. So also thinking just in terms of the artificial and synthetic versus the natural, that's another way you can adjust your environment to diminish or decrease the amount of mental health symptoms that you may be experiencing. So when I say all this, I want you to think about when you hear the word disorder, the priority initially should be to address what is disordered about my environment, about how I'm spending my day, and are the parts of the whole separated and not working together, and do I need to increase the amount of time that I spend in activities where, yes, all of those sync up, everything is being utilized for the purpose that it was meant to. And that's part of my initial approach with people, is looking at that first, seeing if that helps decrease things, because you have to look at what is your purpose, what is the rest of you trying to do. I do hold the opinion that our bodies and our brains, they know what they're doing and they're trying to function as they're supposed to. But a lot of times we do not do that, and we've been funneled into doing things other ways. So again, the disorder initially is with the environment. Yes, there can be ways that your functioning may be disordered also, but I would look at that as a secondary source. So let me know what you think. Send me a message if there's any questions. If that makes no sense at all, that's fine. I can explain it better. Yeah, some food for thought today.